In the world of cybercrime, one name strikes fear into the hearts of investigators and inspires envy among fellow hackers. His shadowy reputation precedes him, suggesting a level of skill so profound that he has managed to avoid detection for years. But what happens when such a brilliant mind gets caught in a web of deceit? How does the most elusive hacker find himself on the wrong side of the screen? Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to explore the shocking tale of how an entire criminal network got hacked by the FBI. On an ordinary day, June 13, 2020, a drug lord received a message from a hitman offering his services for a hefty sum. Little did the Don know that every word, every keystroke was being watched over by the authorities. The FBI had managed to infiltrate his most trusted network, turning the tables on the kingpins of Europe's underworld. This raises a disturbing question. If the police can penetrate even the most secure criminal networks, how safe is our own data? As we delve deeper into this gripping tale, we'll also try to answer this crucial question, so stay tuned. The story of how the FBI hacked Europe's largest encrypted phone network used by dangerous criminals is nothing short of a modern-day thriller. The mastermind behind it all, a mysterious figure known only as the Creator. He built a digital fortress that kept criminals across Europe safe from prying eyes, until it was all taken down by an unexpected source. The tale begins in the heart of Europe, where a group of notorious criminals had gathered for a meeting. They were at the top of their game, thinking they had it all: power, money, and most importantly, security. They communicated through unhackable phones, something that filled them with false confidence and gave them a sense of invincibility. But little did they know that a man named Palantir was watching their every move. For over 3 years, Palantir and his team of cybersecurity experts worked tirelessly to infiltrate the criminal network. They wanted to bring down the most powerful drug dealers, human traffickers, and money launderers in Europe. And finally, their efforts paid off. On June 13, 2020, they made a breakthrough that would shatter the criminal underworld forever. With his vast knowledge of hacking and cybersecurity, Palantir and his team created a trap so intricate that the criminals never saw it coming. He set up a fake version of the encrypted phone platform that the criminals relied on, tricking them into thinking they were communicating securely. In reality, the FBI was listening in on every conversation, gathering intelligence that would lead to the downfall of the criminal network. Palantir's expertise was invaluable. He understood the mindset of the criminals, their way of thinking, and their digital habits. This allowed him to craft a plan that was not just effective, but also foolproof. As the criminals fell victim to the FBI's trap, Palantir watched on as 100 million secret messages were transferred to police servers. It was a staggering number that highlighted the reach and depth of the criminal network. But for Palantir, it was also a deeply personal moment. He had once been a part of the criminal underworld himself, and he knew the dangers of living a life of crime. Seeing so many criminals brought to justice filled him with a sense of satisfaction and purpose. But the road to bringing down the criminal network was not an easy one. There were setbacks, close calls, and moments of doubt. But Palantir and his team persevered, driven by their commitment to justice and their desire to make the streets safer for everyone. Now let's travel back to the very beginning of this thrilling tale. The story takes us back to late 2016 to the bustling streets of Amsterdam, where 2 ex-soldiers hatched a plan that would shake the foundations of law enforcement across Europe. These men, let's call them X and Y, were not your average citizens. They were highly skilled, intelligent individuals with a deep understanding of technology and a knack for solving complex problems. But instead of using their talents for good, they decided to exploit the criminal underworld. Their plan was simple yet effective. They would create a secure communication platform that criminals could use to communicate freely without the fear of being intercepted. This would be a game changer, allowing criminals to operate with impunity and making law enforcement's job nearly impossible. With their combined expertise, X and Y developed a messaging app that promised to be snitch-proof. Criminals flocked to the app, drawn in by the promise of absolute security. They exchanged messages, made plans, and conducted business, all without realizing that their every move was being tracked and recorded. The app was called encrypted, and it quickly became the go-to platform for criminals across Europe. Its popularity grew exponentially, with millions of users joining the platform and sharing their illicit activities freely. For law enforcement, it was a nightmare. They were completely in the dark, unable to track or monitor the criminals' activities. It seemed like they were fighting a losing battle. But little did the criminals know that their downfall was just around the corner. The FBI had already begun its investigation into encrypted, working tirelessly to uncover the secrets behind the app and the people behind it. They knew that taking down the platform itself would be a monumental task, but they were determined to give it their best shot. Months turned into years, and the FBI's investigation continued. They worked with international partners, sharing intelligence and resources to build a strong case against encrypted. Finally, after years of hard work and dedication, they were ready to make their move. In a stunning turn of events, the FBI shut down encrypted, sending shockwaves through the criminal underworld. The impact was immediate and far-reaching. Thousands of criminals were arrested, their operations dismantled and their networks broken. It was a victory for law enforcement, but more importantly, it was a victory for justice. At the heart of the operation was Palantir, the mastermind who had managed to infiltrate the inner workings of encrypted. His expertise was instrumental in bringing down the platform and exposing the criminals who used it. But Palantir wasn't motivated by fame or fortune. He was driven by a deep sense of justice and a desire to make the world a safer place. For him, it was personal. He had seen the damage that criminals could do firsthand, and he was determined to stop them. His dedication and hard work paid off in the end. He was hailed as a hero, the man who took down one of the most secure platforms in the world. But Palantir remained humble. He knew that the real heroes were the victims who had suffered at the hands of criminals, and had the courage to speak out. He had simply done his job. As the dust settled and the arrests continued, the impact of Operation Panzer's Claw became clear. The criminal landscape of Europe was forever changed. Encrypted might have promised ultimate security, but it was ultimately undone by the brilliance and determination of law enforcement. The takedown sent a clear message to criminals everywhere. No matter how sophisticated their technology or how secure they think their platform is, they are not beyond the reach of justice. It was a testament to the hard work and dedication of those who fought tirelessly to bring down encrypted and dismantle the criminal networks that thrived on it. The story of Palantir and his team serves as a reminder that there is always hope, even in the darkest of times. Even when criminals seem untouchable, when their platforms appear impenetrable, there is always a way to bring them to justice. It just takes a little ingenuity, a lot of hard work, and a team of dedicated individuals who refuse to give up. So if you ever find yourself in a tough spot, if the odds seem stacked against you, remember the story of Palantir and his team. Never lose hope. Keep fighting for what you believe in and never, ever give up. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe for more updates. We will see you in the next video.